You know that feeling when you buy a really expensive piece of tech, maybe a high-end smartphone or a professional camera, and 6 months later, you realize you're only using about 10% of what it can actually do?
Oh, absolutely. It's the classic buying a Ferrari to drive to the grocery store problem. You have this engine capable of incredible performance, but you're stuck in second gear.
That seems to be exactly where we are with ChatGPT right now. Everyone is using it. It's the fastest growing app in history. But if you really look at how people are using it, most of us are just using it as a slightly smarter Google. We're using a supercomputer as a calculator.
That's a perfect analogy. And the tragedy there isn't just about efficiency, it's about opportunity cost. Because while most people are using it to write a generic email or summarize a PDF, there are 8 distinct core products and models under that ChatGPT umbrella. And if you know how to use them, really use them, they aren't just tools, they are income streams.
And that's what we're doing today. We aren't just listing features. We are ranking the entire ChatGPT ecosystem from worst to best, specifically based on their ability to make money. And I have to say, looking at this list, the ranking surprised me. The feature I use the most is almost dead last.
It's often the case. The most convenient features are often the least valuable in a business context because everyone else is using them too. If it's easy for you, it's easy for your competition.
So let's get right into it. We're counting down from number 8, bringing up the rear, the worst of the best. What do we have?
At number 8, we have GPT 4.1, or what they call the mini or nano models.
The mini model. This is the fast one, right?
It is lightning fast and it's cheap. But that's exactly why it's at the bottom of the value chain. It's the slimmest model, trained on the smallest dataset. Think of it as a commoditized intelligence. It's great for simple tasks, but it's a mile wide and an inch deep.
So, if I'm trying to build a business around this, I'm running into a wall?
You're running into competition. The main way to monetize 4.1 is by building what we call wrappers. You take ChatGPT, you put a nice interface on it, say a cooking recipe generator, and you sell that. But because 4.1 is so cheap and accessible, anyone can build that. You could use it for bulk content, generating 10,000 product descriptions for an e-commerce site. But again, it's a race to the bottom on price.
It's low skill, low reward.
Exactly. It's useful, but it's not going to make you rich unless you have massive scale.
All right, let's step up a rung. Number 7. And this one shocked me because this is the one I feel like everyone talks about.
Number 7 is GPT 4.0. I call this the jack of all trades. This is the multimodal model. It can hear you, it can speak to you, and it can see what you're looking at.
This is the one where, if my lawnmower breaks, I can literally FaceTime the AI, show it the engine, and it tells me which wire is loose.
Precisely. And that is a magical consumer experience, but in a business context, being a jack of all trades usually means you are a master of none. It's the difference between a pediatrician and a heart surgeon. The pediatrician knows a little about everything, but the heart surgeon makes 10 times the money because they solve a specific high-stakes problem.
So, 4.0 is the pediatrician?
It is. It's fantastic for general virtual assistant work. You could build a business offering customer service automation or giving virtual real estate tours. But because it's a generalist model, you can't charge a premium for general advice. Plus, have you noticed that when you talk to it via voice, the answers are shallower than when you type?
I have noticed that. It feels more conversational, less analytical.
That's by design. It doesn't want to bore you with a lecture. So, if you want deep, money-making analysis, the talking feature of 4.0 actually works against you.
Interesting. So, we need to get more specialized. Let's move to number 6. This is the visual side of things.
Number 6 is Sora. This is the video generation model. You type text, you get a Hollywood-quality video clip.
Now, wait a minute. How is this number 6? This feels like magic. I've seen these clips. They look like they cost 50 grand to produce.
It is magic. But it's a party trick kind of magic. The wow factor is off the charts right now, but it fades very quickly. We're already seeing it on social media. You scroll past an AI video, and your brain instantly goes, "That's AI." The audio is slightly off. The physics are a bit weird.
So it's getting commoditized even faster than the text models?
Much faster. However, there is a window of opportunity right now. Think about real estate again. Every house listing has professional photos, but very few have professional video walkthroughs because they're expensive to shoot. You could take those photos, feed them into Sora, and generate a cinematic walkthrough for pennies.
That's a solid business model. You're undercutting the video production crews.
You are. But you have to move fast. In a year, everyone will have this on their phone. So charge premium prices today while the magic is still fresh.
Got it. Strike while the iron is hot. Okay, number 5. We're getting into the top half now.
Number 5 is GPT 4.5. I call this the creative genius. This model is less about speed and more about big picture strategy. It makes fewer mistakes on long projects, and it understands nuance better than the others.
So this is your creative director?
Exactly. If you need a rebranding strategy or a completely new angle on a marketing campaign, this is the model. But here's the monetization trap. How do you bill for better thinking?
It's subjective.
It is. If you're a high-end consultant charging $50,000 for brand strategy, this tool can do 80% of your work. So the play here is to become that consultant, but offer the service at a fraction of the cost. You use 4.5 to generate the insights, and you deliver them with a human touch.
It sounds like this model makes the human face of the business more valuable, not less. You need someone to sell the idea, even if the AI came up with it.
That's a recurring theme here. The AI does the heavy lifting, but the human does the trust building.
Moving on to number 4. Now we're getting serious. This is where we start replacing entire departments.
Number 4 is deep research. This is like having a McKinsey consulting team in your pocket that never sleeps.
Deep research. That sounds like more than just Googling.
It's much more. It combines web search, reading massive documents, cross-referencing data, and generating professional reports. We're talking about due diligence for mergers and acquisitions. That's a service that usually costs anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000.
And this model can do it?
It can do the heavy lifting of it. Imagine you're helping a business owner who wants to buy a competitor. You need to know everything about the market, the risks, the trends. Deep research can compile that in hours, not weeks.
But here's the catch. Doesn't every other AI have a research feature now? Perplexity, Claude.
They do, and honestly, you should use them all. But where ChatGPT's deep research wins is when you combine it with proprietary data. If you take a company's internal sales data, stuff that isn't on the internet, and upload it, then ask deep research to compare that internal data against external market trends. That is gold. That is insight you cannot buy off the shelf.
That's the McKinsey value proposition.
Exactly. You're selling the gap between public knowledge and private performance.
Okay, top 3. We're in the medal rounds. Number 3.
Number 3 involves the O series, O3 and O4 mini. These are the reasoning models.
Define reasoning for me in this context. Because doesn't all AI think?
Not really. Most AI is just predicting the next word in a sentence. It's like a super advanced autocorrect. But a reasoning model is different. When you ask it a hard question, it doesn't just blurt out an answer. It pauses. It thinks. It simulates a chain of thought to solve a puzzle.
Like a smart friend who says, let me think about that for a second.
Exactly. And because of that, it is exceptional at technical tasks. Complex coding, advanced math, developing trading algorithms.
And technical problems usually have big budgets attached to them.
Bingo, that's why this is number 3. If you can use O3 to audit code, or build a proprietary stock trading bot, or solve a supply chain math problem, the ROI for the client is clear. It's not subjective like creative writing. It either works or it doesn't. And if it works, it's worth a fortune.
So, high technical barrier, but massive financial reward.
Correct. It's the smartest guy in the room model.
All right, number 2. This was a close call for the top spot, wasn't it?
It was neck and neck. Number 2 is ChatGPT Agent.
Agent. That implies action.
This is the shift from AI as a tool to AI as an employee. An agent doesn't just tell you how to book a flight. It goes into the system and books the flight. It doesn't just tell you the price of your competitor's product. It goes to their website, scrapes the data, puts it in a spreadsheet, and emails it to you while you're asleep.
That is terrifying and amazing. It's direct labor replacement.
It is. And the monetization potential is obvious. If a company is paying a human $60,000 a year to do data entry or schedule logistics, and you can build an agent workflow that does it for 50 afdis a month, you can charge a very healthy implementation fee.
You mentioned retail arbitrage as an example.
Right. Imagine a system that constantly scans Walmart and Amazon, finds price discrepancies, and alerts you, or even buys the inventory for you. You're automating the entire business loop
So why isn't this number one? If it can do everything, why is it sitting at number two?
because it's fragile. It breaks. It's still new. Connecting it to Salesforce, then to Shopify, then to your email, there are a lot of moving parts. It requires maintenance. It's not set it and forget it quite yet.
Which brings us to number one, the Holy Grail, the feature that beats out agents, video, and reasoning. What is it?
Number one is GPT-OSS, open source software.
Open source? That sounds technical. Why is this the big moneymaker?
2 words, data privacy.
Ah, the corporate fear factor.
Exactly. Every Fortune 500 company knows they need AI, but they are terrified of uploading their sensitive data, their customer lists, their trade secrets, into ChatGPT's cloud. They don't trust OpenAI with their crown jewels.
So OSS allows them to run it themselves?
Yes, it allows you to take the brain of ChatGPT and run it locally on your own servers. No data leaves the building. It's a company GPT.
And the business opportunity is setting that up for them?
Implementation. These companies have the money and they have the need, but they have zero clue how to set up a local instance of an LLM. If you can walk into a bank or a hospital and say, I can give you the power of ChatGPT, but the data never leaves your basement, they will hand you a blank check.
It's the infrastructure play. It's selling shovels during the gold rush, but the shovels are made of titanium and only you know how to assemble them.
It's the most defensible business right now. Once you integrate into their servers, you are sticky. They aren't going to switch away from you. You become their AI IT department.
That makes total sense. It solves the biggest bottleneck for enterprise adoption. But we have a twist, don't we?
We do, because just as we finished ranking these 8, OpenAI dropped a bombshell.
The zero point 0.5 ranking.
ChatGPT-5.
Is it really that different, or is it just a slightly better version of 4?
It's the mother lode. It basically takes everything we just talked about. The reasoning of O3, the speed of 4.1, the creativity of 4.5, and combines them into one fluid experience. You don't have to choose the model anymore. It just knows
It removes the friction.
completely. And the context window, the amount of information it can hold in its head, is massive. You can upload entire books, entire databases, and it doesn't hallucinate nearly as much. It's honest. If it doesn't know, it tells you, or it finds out.
So does ChatGPT-5 make the other rankings irrelevant?
No, it accelerates them. If you're building that local GPT for a bank, our number one pick, now you're doing it with the power of GPT-5. If you're building an agent to do retail arbitrage, that agent just got a brain transplant and is now a genius.
It raises the ceiling for everything.
It puts everything on steroids, and it brings us back to that philosophical question. If the AI can now plan, code, execute, and research better than us, what is our job?
I think you hinted at it with the consultant idea. Our job is to ask the right questions.
And to have the guts to execute the answers. The AI can give you the perfect business plan to make $10,000 next week. And I'm actually testing that right now, by the way. But it can't force you to get off the couch and sign the papers.
The execution gap, that's the only thing left.
It's the only thing that matters. The tools are essentially free. The knowledge is infinite. The only variable left is you.
A sobering and inspiring thought to end on. We have the Ferrari. Time to learn how to drive it.
See you on the track.